Yeah. Shiz Gang's production. English class. Oh yeah. The Crucible. Gotta love it. You know. Alright. Arthur Miller wrote a play called The Crucible. It was about the witch trials, and it was full of characters, plot lines, lots of goods. Tituba, dancing in the woods. It's set in Salem, a pretty freaky place. Everybody's Christian. Devil, don't dare show your face. Poor Mary Warren, when something goes wrong, who's to blame? Abigail, that's her name. She loved John Proctor, but he didn't feel the same. So she rounded up the witches. It was no harmless game. The women were depressed. You would think they were goth. Goody Putnam had a baby and its head popped off. Poor Mary Warren. Elizabeth Proctor was John's faithful wife. She didn't trust Abigail, who tried to take her life. Abby wanted John, and Johnny felt the lust, so E. Proc put her to the curb. She didn't what she must. Poor Mary Warren. By this time the town was going mad. They were sure it was witches, which was very, very bad. Mr. Hale put his foot down. He said, I quit this court. There's no such thing as witches. Abort. Poor Mary Warren, goody nurse, she wouldn't confess, no matter the consequence of the stress. When the time came, John wouldn't sign, so he ripped up the paper and said his goodbye. The people loved God and all who would hail him. All things were quiet and all was good, till some shorties danced naked up in the woods. Now this time considered a capital sin, and Paris was threatened with losing his kin. So then he called upon a reverend named Hale, who was itching to put some witches in jail. Now into the picture comes mean old Abby. She was cold, but her face and body weren't so shabby, and she had a thing for a homie named John, but the romance they had was just too far gone. Abby would stop at nothing to... I lost my spot. Abby would stop to nothing with her pride, even resort to breaking John's family ties. So she did. She got the law of John's poor wife, Elizabeth, who was threatened with her life. So of course John was shocked when they called her to court. They were gonna condemn her for the suspected sport of witchcraft, because they never showed up in church on Sunday, and that put them in quite a large lurch. So John was freaking out because they had his wife's head. He exposed the court's corruption with the cry of God is dead. When Abby came to visit him with a story to tell, he said the only place we'll ever meet again is hell. His stomach was lurching, his time was to come, yet he still had just one more thing to be done, to make up with his wife, his homie G Slice, which he did, and that kiss was off the chain knife. So let this be a lesson to all y'all to hear. Salem's deeds were punished that fateful year. John was a good man, but now he rots in the ground, but he exposed corruption and redemption was found.